shit. Fucking A.
Hi.
The fucking forever just to start today.
That was 30 minutes of troubleshooting.
I'd say 45, but yeah, it was, and it might not have even worked. It's been pretty iffy. Andi and I are live. She's there.
He's there.
And we've been having issue with that echo like we had in that one episode.
So if it happens again,
we did our best.
Suck it.
This is fucking try number 74. We know it's on Andy's side, but we don't know what's going on. It's probably
we'll see.
Yeah, we just know that it's on somewhere in your setup. We might not that it's your fault. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Although that's probably how you took it.
Well,
so yeah, Andi and I are live for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
And we like it better when we're in the same room.
Yeah.
Catch a vibe.
Yeah.
Pass the bowl back and forth.
Oh, I would love to hit that.
Oh, absolutely.
I am bankrupt, which means I have no weed at my house.
Well, there you go.
It's literally the saddest thing. I had like a Ziploc bag of roaches, and I've been taking the weed out of the roaches and loading them into bowls. It's not the brightest moments in Andy's apartment.
No, how long till you have to just start cleaning out the resin out of your pipes and smoking that?
7 hours away from that, probably.
You know, fucking, I'll float you an eighth. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay. You floated me enough. It's okay. We're survivalists.
I'd rather you just know that my sister was smoking some decent reefer. Also, I got a vape cart if you want it. I got all kinds of things that I would much rather you have than smoke fucking weed from 7 years ago.
I also just got my mustache waxed from the inside of this bong.
You're welcome. See what I do for you, Rue?
That one hit. Hold on. I just went to Mars. I just need a second.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
You all right?
Yeah, that one kind of sent me. We've been smoking roach weed.
Yeah.
And that's good weed and out of a bong.
Yeah. Welcome back, Rue.
Thanks. It's nice. It's nice to be here.
Well, welcome back. I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
This is the 1 millionth podcast. And we've been not doing that for a while. So at least the little intro there. We've just kind of gone off. So I thought I'd do it early.
Pop off.
And here we are. We're Scott and Carol's kids.
We sure are.
We're siblings.
Yep.
I'm the brother.
I'm the sister.
What up?
You can tell by my huge jugs. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Dad. Anyway, yeah.
She gave them to me.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. Although Dad probably helped.
Yeah. When I was born, they were both like, take these jugs. Treat them well.
You're going to need support.
Yeah. It's not going to be from us. I'm just kidding. They're so supportive.
Yeah, they are very supportive.
They're the most supportive parents on the planet.
Yeah. So, how was your weekend?
My weekend was fab. Friday night.
Actually, we should back up.
Are we going back 2 weekends?
We have to go back 2 weekends because we didn't do one last week.
Oh, okay. So last Friday I saw Cocaine Bear.
Oh, fun!
It's a great film. Obviously, I mean everyone's seen it
except me,
except you. I was one of. Oh, you didn't get to watch it the other night with your little download?
No, because the internet was wrong. They were like, no, you can't do that yet. I think it starts today. You can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Worth the wait. It's hysterical. The theater we were in didn't think it was nearly as funny as Meg and I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were howling.
Did they think it was some sort of documentary?
Yeah. Also, it's like those audiences are weird because we went to the TCL theater. Hold on. I need to give myself a little angle boost here.
Yeah.
There we go. We don't like angles that point upwards.
Okay.
You know, the chins. We went to the TCL theater, which is right off of Hollywood Boulevard. So it's like, you know, the Grauman's Chinese theater.
Yes.
It's like, that's the main theater. That's the IMAX of the movie theater. And then behind it, there's like a bunch of regular screens.
Of course. And you get to
So-
walk up the keyboard stairs if you want to.
If you want to, we went up the backside.
Oh, okay.
Because we walked from my apartment.
Uh,
oh no, we had gone to Powerhouse before.
Is that place still open?
It has reopened. It's on its 4th revision since I've lived in the neighborhood for what? Almost
long
a
time.
decade.
Yeah. Probably
In
more.
that part. And it's always been there. It started as like a biker punk bar.
Yep.
And one time my dad and I went in there and he was like, nope.
No.
And he was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And it was gross. It was dirty. It was like vinyl booths that were.
It was pure dirty Hollywood.
It was, yeah. And there was something really charming about that.
Okay.
Depending on how you look at it. So
Yeah. You
then
didn't go in there sober. That was never the first place you went into. No.
But then some other dudes bought it out and they cleaned it up and like made it into like a
less dirty
bistro
bar
type of vibe.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
with
I
like
remember
subway
going
tiles and like green lamps on the wall, and they
for
had
sure. And
like dartboards in the back.
yeah, and they had and the vinyl seats no longer had holes in it.
Yes, and then the bathroom, the hand dryer wasn't one of those towels that you just spun around. You're like, please let me find a dry part.
Oh yeah, or a part that's still white.
No, they put in actual hand dryers. So, and then it was like a little bougie, and then it turned into like a hot girl bar, and then it closed for the pandemic.
Like most of them did.
And then the guys who own 7 Grand downtown, they bought it.
Oh, okay.
And now it's kind of a mashup between the punk bar and the bistro hot girl vibe.
It's a punk bistro.
It's a punk bistro, which basically means they painted one of the walls black and hung guitars on it.
Oh, okay.
So, but it was cool. It was good to go. And the bartender really took a shine to me and wouldn't stop hanging out with us, even when we went back after the movie, and was like, kept talking about his wife. And I'm like, listen, I'm not going to be a third.
Yeah.
Again.
Man, that.
Not for me. Yeah, but it was fun. Cocaine beer. Yeah. So weird vibe.
Yeah.
Weird crowd.
You two are the ones laughing. No one else is laughing.
Yeah. And, it's Meg and I. We kind of laugh
very loudly.
Unrestrained.
Yeah.
And it's a bear on cocaine. Come on.
Yeah. And it's also very tongue in cheek.
Tongue in check. Yes.
Yeah.
Tongue in check.
Sorry.
But
Finnish weed.
But yeah, it was great. Did that on Friday. The next day, went to the Santa Anita racetrack for my friend's birthday.
Oh, it was Matt Simon's birthday.
It was Matt Simon's
The
birthday.
videos from that were fucking hilarious.
It was a good time.
Tell him about our friend Trent.
Our friend Trent, he would race the horses to the finish line.
Did he ever win?
I think everyone won big on the last race except me.
No, did Trent ever beat the horses down the?
Oh, fuck no. They're horses.
Do you think there are people up further in the stands that were just like, all right, we're betting on the guy now?
He also was dressed like he worked at Dutton Ranch. I was like,
which is from a show.
Yellowstone. Yeah, he's a funny guy. It was a good, it's always such a good time. It's great people watching.
But back to everybody won money.
Everyone won money on the last race. I bet $5 on the first race when I got there and lost $5. And I was like, well, that's it for the day.
Okay.
Because I don't have betting money.
I got you.
I had $5.
All right.
But it was fun to watch my friends win.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. And the people watching there was phenomenal.
Oh, for sure.
Because it is like, there's people who go for funsies that get dressed up because it's like a once a year thing for them, which is our group.
And then there's people there that are
there every fucking day.
Yeah.
Who have had the same ponytail since 1992.
Yeah. And they're just trying to get the mortgage back from last week.
Seriously. But it was fun. I mean, and it was a beautiful day. It was great. And then the next day I recovered.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you do anything with the week? Any big plans during the last week?
No.
No.
No big plans. Didn't do anything super exciting. What did I do? Oh, and then this last weekend went to Ashvin's on Friday.
Yeah.
Because he's got a PS5. And have I told you? I don't know. I don't want to ruin this. I don't think I'll say it on the pod.
Why?
Because my prank on Ashvin, he doesn't listen to this though. So I don't think
Okay.
he'll ever find out. So Ashvin loves to prank me with packets of ketchup
I've heard.
for the last like half of my life. We've been friends since we were 18. I'm 36 now. Like literally half my life, it's been ketchup packets in my pockets of my clothes, my purses, my backpacks, drawers in my apartment, inside ornaments on my Christmas tree. Like the man has no limit.
Yeah.
And so I bought 600 tiny plastic babies.
Very nice.
Here's one. You can see. I also got multiracial babies.
Well, of course.
I
You
think
want to
this
be
one's-
inclusive.
I think this one's Latino just because it has hair as
Okay.
a baby. There's a black baby in here somewhere.
Okay. I mean, that's probably not the
There he
first
is.
time that's been said.
Yeah. So I bought 600 of these babies, and Ashwin bought a house, and he invited us over on Friday, and I started phase 1
Very nice.
of the plan. They are in his couch cushions, his shoes, inside his fingerless gloves, little knickknacks inside his kitchen.
Oh, very cool.
Put them in his ibuprofen, in little corners of his guest shower. Yeah, we've got about 50 planted. We have 550 to go, folks. So I'll keep you posted.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
And then how was your weekend this weekend?
Good. That was Friday. Oh, so he has a PS5 and we made him download Hogwarts Legacy.
Was that a movie?
It's the new Harry Potter game, and it is new. We watched him play it for a very long time.
We watched him play it.
Yeah. Well, because Chris Hurt was being such a dick. He was like, it's his first playthrough, so you should let Ashvin play it for the first time. And I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
We're in our 30s. We also made him download it.
Yeah, he wasn't vested. He wasn't waiting for this to come out.
I mean, he was.
Oh, he was?
But I mean, it's out. He could have easily fucking sorry, I have to accept all these meetings.
Also, what is it? Super Mario Brothers? Like there's probably different ways to play it if it's like any game made in the last 5 years.
It's pretty amazing. Like you start as a transfer student at Hogwarts and you like learn spells and you go to class and you have to
so it's like NCAA college football, but for nerds.
It's like a role player game.
Yeah.
It's an RPG where you have to like go through Hogwarts and complete quests and missions and stuff.
Well, in NCAA college football, you could like be your own player and then you could like train, you could like go to a school. And,
well, in that regard, yes.
Yeah.
In the way that there's football, no.
Or people that are athletes in the least.
Hey, they do have Quidditch.
Oh, yeah.
Don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
Don't make you do what?
Explain what Quidditch is.
Is that a real sport?
Now it is.
It is now. God damn it. I hate it here.
So it started in Harry Potter.
hate
They
it
play
here.
it on brooms. They fly. There's something called the golden snitch, which is what they're trying to catch.
Yeah.
And it's a flying golden thing that's really hard to see, but Harry was very good at it.
I'm sure. That's why the movie's named after him.
Yeah, and so there's blockers, and then there's some other defensive and offensive players that it's like smashers. I forget what they're called, but it's a very full contact on a broom sport. But you know,
On a broom sport. God damn it.
But now there's like there's like even collegiate teams that play Quidditch, but like on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know the logistics behind it because obviously you can't fly on a broom, and obviously this little golden snitch doesn't fly around. But like, how do you play?
Did I tell the story on the pod about how I was sitting out on my balcony and the fucking airplane flew over and it spelled out boy, and I realized that all of a sudden I was home in the middle of a fucking gender reveal.
Oh.
And this makes me feel a lot like the same way, like we're fucked as a society. Like I just want to go home and crawl into a ball and never come out because fucking okay.
Would that ball be blue or pink
here's the thing is like, you know what? I should be happy because it's making nerds be athletes. Like they didn't want to play the sports before. And I get it. You were bullied by the cool kids that were playing football. Like trust me, if I hadn't been halfway decent at football, I would have been fucking a pretty big target.
Hey.
Yeah, really? What? So it wasn't. So maybe I get it. Like I'm a little conflicted because I'm like, God damn it, they made a sport out of a fake sport. But then I'm also like, well, hey, nerds are running now. maybe we're all right. And but also football's fun, baseball's fun,
Yeah.
you know.
But these are for the athletes that are also nerds.
Okay, sure. There's that. But those athletes were, I guess. But I also know there were a lot of nerds that were like, well, I'll play this.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, fucking, maybe the guys don't.
Imagine being a nerd and you get bullied off the Quidditch team.
Oh, like you're the nerd of nerds. That's the worst.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you go back to potions class, fucking Steve? What a fucking Hufflepuff that bitch is.
I don't get these references, but they sound funny.
Yeah, I know. And they work.
They do. I'm laughing. I don't even really get it, but the words are funny.
What if you got invited? What if they were like, Chris, we're going to give you 10 grand to host a Quidditch tournament?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Would you do any research?
Dude, they paid me fucking a fifth of that to go perform at a goddamn cornhole tournament. And there was no one even there. Like I had to perform in front of kids that were playing. I interrupted cornhole games with jokes. And that was the weekend I was like, hey, do you want me to be clean? And they're like, no, we're cool. And I was like, I'm going to be clean. I'm going to be clean because
man, being clean at a thing called cornhole. That's not easy.
Oh yeah.
That is not easy.
Anywho, so the Harry Potter game is good.
Yeah,
fun.
It's really fun. It's cool. It's really beautiful, and it's something that like you really should only play on a newer system.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard.
I will tell you what, this Xbox Series X that I got, I was playing Grand Theft Auto last night, and I'm just like, fucking, you can't even tell. You can't even tell.
Oh, you know what I was playing last night, even though I wasn't streaming, where you can find me on Twitch at Bovine Joni. The link is in my Instagram
let's
bio.
Talk about that. You've started streaming on Twitch.
I know.
I think this is a great idea.
Yes.
And don't be mad if I do it in a few months.
I wouldn't be mad.
Fucking.
It's fun as hell. We could stream together.
Oh, that would be super great.
Yeah.
1 million
stream.
Twitch.
1 millionth Twitch.
Yeah.
We could play online together.
That'd
We could play
awesome.
GTA 5 online.
Oh, that'd be great.
We could do some role playing.
Or we could do co-op on Call of Duty.
We could be like a brother-sister duo that takes over Los Santos.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I'm kind of enjoying where you're going with this. This might be fun. Yeah. All right. Okay. I think this might be good.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. Good ideas. You can now subscribe to my channel, and all of the proceeds go to support Otto's drug habit. So that's where all the money goes. And honestly, like Twitch gets most of it, but I get 30%.
Oh, that's nice. Do you think the more clientele the more mass subscribers you amass, that cut gets a little better?
It does, especially with ad revenues.
Okay.
So now I only get, that's how it goes with ads. So I started running ads on my videos.
Yeah.
So I get 30% of the ad revenue, and then they get the rest. But the more, so let's say if I run 3 minutes total on my videos per hour, which I'm not doing right now because I want to gain follower and retain viewership.
Yeah.
Keep the ads short. And once I start getting more, I'll start doing longer ads, and then I get 50-50.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna sit there and smoke weed, you might and you're funny anyway.
And I'm talking to myself regardless, so I may as well
might as well do it.
Try to make some money.
I watched it for a little bit. You are terrible at Fallout, but God bless. That's the fun of it. Yeah,
I'm not good.
You're, but you're entertaining.
Yes,
and endearing.
Thank you.
I would have watched more, but I had other shit to do.
That's usually how it works.
But very nice.
There are people that are like stream for 24 hours straight.
Yeah, those are called Adderall addicts. Addictorols.
Yeah. That's Adderall's not for me. Yeah, and then what else did I do? Saturday was Roman Bear's birthday party, which was awesome. Our friends who have a 1-year-old had a birthday party for him that started after he went to bed. Yeah,
because that's not real. That's just a reason I have a party.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to have a birthday party for a 1-year-old.
No.
Like if you have a child-themed 1-year-old birthday party, fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, that's a no. That's a hard pass. I did show up early and help. I watched him while they got ready and cooked and stuff. Man, that kid is cute and smart.
Oh, good.
And he's got eyelashes that I have paid a lot of money to have.
Eyelashes or eyebrows?
Eyelashes.
Oh, okay.
Chrissy's are drawn on.
The eyelashes or the eyebrows?
The eyelashes.
Those
Can't-
are eyebrows.
Eyebrows.
Yeah.
I draw these. I pay for.
Those
The
you
eyelashes.
pay for. Yeah.
These I draw on.
Remember earlier when you asked for a mic stand?
I'm not functioning at 100% today. I
That
don't know why.
that mic stand is literally right where it was. It just didn't have her microphone on it. But see how it's like coming out and literally in her face? That's where it was when she goes, "Hey, can I get a mic stand?" And she had not hit that bowl yet. So I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard, she asked me to stop laughing. She was like, "That's enough laughter on that one."
The other day on my Twitch stream, you can also find my schedule on my Twitch page, twitch.tv/bovinejoni. I had been wearing my AirPods earlier in the day, and I have these aftermarket nubs on the end because the ones that come with Apple hurt my ears, and these are just shaped different and they stick better in there. And I took my AirPods out before I started my stream and put my wired headphones in, and because that's what I need, and it wouldn't go in my left ear, and I was like, fuck it, because I was in a rush. I was like, I just need one. So I'm like, finagle. I had to go to the kitchen and grab some water midstream, and I was like, what is in my ear? And I look in, and it's the fucking nub from my AirPod was still stuck in my ear, and I had no idea because you can hear through them.
Yeah. At least you found out before
It
you
was
went to
too
the
deep.
doctor.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm going deaf. And they're like, no, you're just a dum-dum.
Anyway, $100 dum tax.
Dum-dum.
You stupid bitch.
Oh, man. Wow, that was quite the week.
Quite the week. And then yesterday I stayed home because it was the Oscars and I couldn't go anywhere.
Because you live literally around the corner from the Kodak Theater.
I do.
So
they shut down the entire neighborhood. Like the full week sucks because I
Mhm.
drove to Belinda and Emmanuel's, and when I left at like midnight on Saturday to come home.
yeah.
I got home at 12:45.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Not good. And once I got home and I was like, nothing, nowhere tomorrow.
Just FYI for those of you who are unaware, that she should have been home by 12:15 at that time.
Yeah.
But that's also California driving is
Yeah.
like, it doesn't matter what time, you could still be fucked.
Oh my God. Yes.
Someone decides to hold hostages.
Yeah. Fucking just jump already.
Jesus Christ.
Oh Lord.
I was in St. Louis the first weekend.
You can find me in St. Louis. Well, we talked about St. Louis on the last pod.
Nah, because I didn't come home.
We did a podcast from St. Louis.
Oh, from St. Louis.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was in St. Louis and then I left St. Louis.
All right, then start there.
I did some more shows at St. Louis where people didn't bring knives. And then I flew to Phoenix, where I stayed at my buddy's Mark's house, which is a massive piece of property and overlooks the entire city. And it's like my favorite place on earth. And went there, got ready for the big campfire astronaut show.
Yes. Show duh.
With Zach Myers from Shinedown, also my best friend. Also been on the podcast. Also Andy just burped. So Sunday I landed, just fucking wanted to and got there and no one was there. So I got to just chill out and fucking sit by the pool. And I went and hit balls because I hadn't played golf in like 4 months and I was supposed to go play the next day. And then what else? So I had to go to this fucking weird ass like golf megaplex. Like
What do you mean by that? Like
it's
there's multiple 18-hole courses?
There's multiple 18-hole courses
Ugh.
and a driving range and like
That's the most Phoenix thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
And I've never even been to Phoenix.
And-
well, except our airport many times.
So went to the driving range and it was very obvious this couple was like it was like a driving range date And the guy was trying to help the girl, but then he got like way involved with his own thing and was also kind of a dick. And
I'm gonna guess that was his suggestion on the date.
What?
Someone was like, "Do you want to hit the driving range?" I'd be like, "And find out how much of a mansplainer you are."
Yeah, but also she was just dumping balls left and right. And obviously, they might have been together, but it was obvious. Like,
is duffing good or bad?
Bad.
Okay.
And so, and then at one point, like the mat, they have mats now, like you can put tees into to like practice your drives, and they had these, and this guy just didn't care because they wanted people off the grass and they do that often at driving. Like sometimes you can drive off the grass and sometimes you can't. And mainly it comes from when people are on the grass, they hit the fuck out of it and then all the grass goes away and then they have to reseed, resod, and then start over.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. And so we were there during the reseed, resod. And
resod.
This guy decides to go out and this kid comes up just doing his fucking job.
Reseed, resod.
Bop, bop. And he was like, "Hey man, got to be on the mats." And he's like, "Why?" And he was like, "Dude, I don't know. I'm just doing my job." And he's like, "It doesn't make any sense." And like right before I like was about to be like, "Hey man, fucking leave the kid alone." Like, it's also, you don't need, it's their place. They don't need to explain to you why. Fucking the rule is stay on the mat. Stop trying to big dick a 16-year-old. And, but you could tell like this kid this was not the first time. And he was just like, "I don't know, man. Those are the rules.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
Like I'm making $8 an hour. And, so did that. And then I went and played, the next day I went and played golf, with Mark and his girlfriend, Anna, who's lovely. And, Pete King, who's like the head of, the native tribe and actually went to Haskell.
Oh, cool.
And so he's like, which is a, native university in Lawrence, Kansas. And he's just a huge KU fan. So we sat there and had a great time and played this fucking just ridiculously beautiful course. And we had a caddy. So that's so much better because there's a guy that's like, "Don't hit it there. You're fucked." Because otherwise you're like, "I think I can hit it there." And you don't know because you've never played this fucking course.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then Tuesday, Zach got into town and we just started. The Zachs got into town and we just started rehearsing.
Noodling.
And I got he bought me a new Martin guitar.
What?
Yeah. For my birthday / Christmas / being awesome.
What a guy.
And yeah. And so I got to play it.
Did you cry?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Although no one was there when I got it. So it was fine.
Oh.
It was just waiting in Phoenix for me.
Oh.
But he told me, like, he FaceTimed me one day. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm buying you a Martin." And I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, you like this?" And he fucking showed it to me. I'm like,
"What?
Wait, what?"
Fuck, I need new friends. God damn it. Fuck.
And
my friends wouldn't even do that at a 7-Eleven. Like, "You want anything from here?"
Yeah, well, that's
on me. That's on me.
So problem is when you get a guitar in the desert, a lot of times they don't set right, and the desert tends to suck all the moisture out of the wood.
Yeah, if I get hit here, my part just ain't gonna look right.
Right. So the guitar, when I pulled it out, sounded amazing, and by the time it was time to do the show, it sounded awful. And so Zach's guitar tech happens to live in Phoenix and came out to look at it, and he was like, "Yeah, though this thing." He's like, "Not only did that happen, but also it's not like the frets are wrong, like blah 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 blah." And
so Zach gave you a dud.
Zach literally videotaped Drew, his guitar tech, showing what was wrong with the guitar, and
then sent it to George Martin.
Sent it to Martin, and they're gonna send me another one, and then I gotta send this one back.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Talk about amazing customer service.
Well, it helps that Zach is repped by Martin.
Right. Man, I've been having issues with Furbo, those cocksuckers.
Oh, what's the matter with your Furbo?
Well, it hasn't worked since I went to Nashville. I took it with me to Nashville.
Yeah.
And it stopped working there. And so I sent it in December, and like paid whatever for it to get fixed. And it's just like, there's this one girl, Alyssa, who would email me. And then right after that, this dude, Charles, would email like within 12 hours if I hadn't responded yet. He's like, did you see Alyssa's email?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and it's one of those really annoying formats where like you have to like go like 7 layers in to see where the actual message is because it's like fucking from a computer.
Yeah.
And every time Alyssa would email me, she'd be like, okay, I sent you this form. And I would like, I didn't fill it out right away, right? Because it's a form.
Yeah.
And it was a Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Charles would be like, did you get Alyssa's email? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, Charles, I did.
Yeah.
Time. Just let my girl Alyssa do her job and quit following up.
Yeah.
Micromanaging Alyssa.
Also me.
Yeah. And Alyssa was like, sorry, that's an automated message. Charles isn't real. And then I got an email from Charles today. They finally sent me the refurbed one.
Yeah.
And it still doesn't work. And I haven't had time to like fuck with it and like do a hard reset on it. And Charles was like, did you get the Furbo? And I'm like, fucking Charles.
Fucking Robo Charles.
And it doesn't seem like it's automated.
No.
So Charles,
the fuck?
you're at the top of the fucking list. I'm so for Furbo and Charles, I'm gonna find your wives.
Dicks.
I'm gonna find your wives.
Hide your wives, hide your kids. They raping everybody out here.
Yeah. It's me who's doing the RN.
So the Tuesday the Zachs got in town. We had a nice dinner at Mastro's, which was we also had dinner at Mastro's on Friday.
You could call that a Mastro's.
And then I've got another Mastro's scheduled for Wednesday for fancy date night with the Williamses. So it's
Williamses.
Brad, the dwarf.
Yeah. I was like, Serena? And I was like, what in the fuck is going on in your life that you're having Mastro's with Venus and Serena Williams?
It's just doing.
We're pitching some ideas around.
They're thinking about starting to do stand-up comedy. Also,
I would actually watch that.
There was a rumor that Tom Brady was thinking about doing stand-up comedy for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, it's because he's interested in doing a roast.
He was interested in doing a roast. That's what it was.
He wants to get
but
roasted.
Somehow that got morphed into I'm taking a year away from Fox because I wanted to try stand-up comedy. And I was like, this first off, T.I. the rapper is already doing stand-up comedy. And
he checks his daughter's hymen.
He does. And he was at Vegas this weekend at Kimmel's.
Oh.
And he's only been doing it by his own admission 59 weeks. Now, listen, I know you're T.I. and as a rapper, first off, there's video of him going up in front of a huge arena rap show and he's just getting booed the fuck off stage. As anyone that's been doing comedy for 59 weeks would.
Yeah. Also, aren't him and his wife trying to beat a lot of charges right now, alluding to sexual grooming and shit like that?
I can't speak to that. He didn't bring it up in the Vegas interview that I watched.
I definitely didn't sexually groom those underage girls.
But also come see me at Kimmel's this weekend.
Especially if you're under 18.
I have heard some bad stories about he kind of roasted a girl, and so the girl kind of went up and roasted him a little bit, and then he came up and grabbed the mic from her and stuff. So apparently he can dish it out, but he can't really take it. But my point being, where I'm like, Jesus Christ, another fucking full on celebrity wants to be a fucking comedian, and also Tom Brady doesn't seem like a guy that's that funny just being around.
Yeah.
No one's walking around going, Brady's fucking. You know what a lot of people don't know about Brady? Fucking hilarious.
Super dry sense
King of the zingers. That's why Giselle left. She couldn't hang.
We called him King Zing.
But that was actually proven to be false. He has no interest in doing stand-up comedy. So
thank God.
That was kind of a thank God. Yeah. Also, Sean Kemp, former Seattle Supersonic, did not go on a drive-by shooting spree. which was also a rumor that went around for a couple days.
I don't know who that man is, but
Very, very famous basketball player.
Yeah.
And yeah, but
unless they played for KU or like
we're attractive.
they're LeBron.
Yeah.
Or I know Dwayne Wade.
There.
I know who he is. Kevin Durant. I could probably
You could point him out.
Is he with the beard? No, that's James Harden.
That is the beard.
So Kevin Durant, probably not.
Kevin Durant, you would probably be able to pick him out. You'd be like, oh, that's Kevin Durant.
Nick Young, I know, because he was on the Soup once.
Okay.
I don't think he's played basketball in a minute.
I don't think he has either. He's Nick old now. Thank you.
Yeah, that's about, I thought Doug Flutie was a hockey player until recently.
That's fair. That's fair.
I thought
there is one named Gordie Howe, and that's kind of close.
I'm talking like 6 weeks ago. I was like, oh yeah, I guess he did. Huh.
And that did happen.
Yeah. Not a hockey guy, huh?
Not a I mean, he is short enough.
Yeah,
like,
I
that
guess,
dude
I
is
don't know.
genuinely like 5'6". Like a lot of pros were like, how's
Hey,
this?
that's tall. That's tall.
That's
I'm
not in
5'6".
the NFL.
I could be a kicker.
When you can't see past your offensive line, it's an issue. Like a lot of people were like, hey, like if you played for him, they're like, hey, stay down. Go for the knees.
Pretend you're asleep. Yeah, just realized that the other day. I was like reading some news article and it was talking about Doug Flutie, and I was like, who knew? Not me.
So yeah, the Zacks got into town and we had a great time. And then Wednesday was just kind of us figuring out what the show was going to be and figuring out tunes. And then Thursday, my girl got in, Christian James Hand came in to do a session.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got to the place, we hung out for about 45 minutes and then went and did a radio interview. And then on our way back, I was like, it was one of those things where I was like, okay, it's going to take us 20 minutes to get back to the house, 35 minutes to get to from the house to the venue.
Mm-hmm.
We got time to go home and just chill for an hour. And they're like, you sure? I was like, dude, I did the math. And then as we're driving up the 101, which is also a highway in Phoenix, I start looking at the other side of the highway and it's just stopped. I was like, I better recheck this. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was like an hour. And I was like, guys, update.
Whoa, Bob.
We're not going to go to the house. And they're like, yeah, we figured. So we turn around and go to the venue, do a sound check. And I got to be honest, the Stand Up Live did a way better job. They had these like really cool chairs for us to sit in and monitor. And granted, it was our second time kind of doing it. So we had a little better idea what was going on. But it was a great show. I fucked up a bunch of the lyrics. Zach fucked up a little bit of the lyrics. But he only did 20 minutes this time.
Good job. I was going to send a text and be like, hey, remember when the light comes on, that means you're supposed to be finishing up.
Line of the night was, he goes, yeah, I saw I was at 15, but I wanted to do 2 more things. And I was just like, that's not how that goes.
Not how it works.
Yeah. And
but I'm Zach.
But I'm Zach, and it's our show. And yeah. So the show went really, really well. And so well that we're already in talks for the next one.
Great.
And I don't want to tell you where it's going to be, but you've been there a whole bunch.
Here?
No. So
the Improv?
No. So yeah, we're going to have a good time. And the show was a good time. And then Friday, everybody left except me and the girl and Mark and Anna. And we, just kind of hung out Friday and sat and then
Shadow Man behind you.
Friday, hey, Bubba. Such a good dog.
He's like, I'm in the podcast.
He's the pod dog.
Pod dog.
So he's already responded to it. He knows.
Hey, Bubba.
Yeah, I mean.
He can't see.
He can't. There he goes. He's had enough. He just wanted to say hello, let everybody see.
Yeah.
Anywho, and then we went to Masters on Friday. Saturday, we just had like a pool cookout day, which was super great. And then Saturday night, everyone was like, what do you guys want to watch? And there was shit for movies out, really.
Yeah.
Because, one of the nights we watched, Mark and Anna watched Devotion.
The fuck is that?
Which by the previews looked like a Korean War era Top Gun. And like I said, there was very little in the way of movies. And I was just like, this looks like, even if it's going to be a shit movie, it's going to be
Funny.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be fun with the planes and stuff.
And
very a lot of racial undertones. The first
Steven Seagal in it.
The first black empowerment movie that I've seen with only 10 black people in it.
I've never even heard of this movie.
I had never heard of it either. I was just like, ooh, we were raised on planes. So at least I was.
Not literally.
I was especially, our grandpa was a pilot. Dad was obsessed with
planes. Yes.
Dad was a pilot.
Anything.
Yes. And as a kid, so was I. And then I found out I was colorblind and couldn't be a pilot. And then that was the first huge disappointment of my life. And it happened at 7. So it's luckily,
we like to start.
Man, when dreams die early, you just get the good ones out of the way. And then
they start us young.
But hey, can't complain. I'm a stand-up comic. I get paid a lot of money to tell jokes.
Yeah.
Anywho, so it's about it's actually based on a true story about a black pilot in the Korean War, and just kind of he went through a lot and was kind of a dick, and he would like scream. He had written down all the horrifying things white people had said to him over the years, and he would look in the mirror and just say them to himself over and over again before flights. And apparently that was like a real thing. And
like harden himself
to just like get himself pumped up for in some facet.
Man, too bad they didn't have jock jams back then. That would have been way better.
Right. He was like, hey, buddy, why don't you just fucking are you ready for this?
So much better.
Yeah, he was like, no, this is way better than saying hard R's to myself. So anyway, and then it's a sad, it's a sad ending. And but also has one of the guys from the actual Top Gun Maverick in it. I'm like, did this guy just do 2 pilot movies back to back?
Hey.
Like, I don't even have to change wardrobe. We just fucking rough this up a little bit. But yeah, and then so Saturday we decided, they were like, we want to watch something funny, blah blah blah, and we couldn't watch Cocaine Bear. So History of the World Part 2 is coming out, and they had not seen the first one, and so I showed it to them, and Jen particularly loved it. Mark and Anna loved most of it. The Spanish Inquisition part, literally at the end of that part, Mark looked at me and goes, that was over my head. I didn't get that one.
Hey, Takamata,
what do you say?
I just got back from the Auto de Fe. The
Auto de Fe? What's the Auto de Fe?
It's something that you oughtn't, but you do anyway.
Put it in the car. But yeah, if you haven't seen Mel Brooks's History of the World Part 1, it's definitely worth watching.
I love History of the World Part 2. I've watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay. Because I was very like I said, the critics have panned it almost entirely, but so that kind of disheartened me. But then as you kind of brought to my attention, they kind of panned all of the Mel Brooks stuff when it first came out.
Yeah, and it's also like, it's very much still in that tone. It's very silly and goofy. My favorite sketch on the first one is the guy pitching Kama Sutra, which is the book. It's like pairing sex positions with soups. She's gonna butter your nut till you squash.
God damn it. That is funny.
It's the Kama Sutra from soup to nuts. And it's Kumail Nanjiani pitching it, and they were like, but what if let's just do it without the soup part? He's like, the soup part is what makes it work. So it's all very silly, stupid jokes like that, which is Mel Brooks in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And it's great. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to watch it. I got to get back into Night Court. I'm still hoping it's getting better.
Oh, colorblind games. You're talking about being colorblind earlier.
Yes.
And now that you have so graciously lent me / maybe permanently given me your PS4.
Yeah, it's probably more towards the latter.
Yeah, you can have it back when you have kids or whatever. So I have noticed on certain games there's like a colorblind mode.
Yeah.
Do you play games in that? And like, can you tell a difference? Like, what is it like for you?
The colorblind mode definitely I know it used to help me on the online Call of Duties because like it was brown versus green, which is a huge problem for me.
Oh.
So yeah, and I don't really remember what it did, but it definitely, I was like, oh, that's way better.
Yeah.
But no, most of the games I don't turn, only those games doesn't matter. And I'm sure if I had a flight simulator kind of thing, I would probably have that on. But
like, what if you played Grand Theft Auto in colorblind mode? You could be like, whoa.
I don't know what it would do really, other than probably because some of the especially some of the icons are different, or the colors are pretty similar.
Yeah.
Like especially with Grand Theft Auto 5 when you're switching between the 3 characters. Like sometimes, but a lot of that's just me not remembering which color goes to which character.
Well, I mean, it does tell you on the wheel.
So I show up and I'm like, they're like, oh, you better turn into Jackson or Carl or whatever. Franklin. Carl's and here's the thing. I'm playing San Andreas on the Switch when I travel.
Yeah.
Then I'm playing 5 at home.
Yeah.
And also Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I still I forgot I blacked out at GameStop and bought all these games when I bought the Xbox. So sometimes I'm looking over, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I got all these other games that can be played. Madden 23 is still wrapped. I still haven't pulled it out. So
Man.
That's where I'm at. Spoiled is where I'm at, really.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm always in a good mood for the most part. But yeah, that was the last couple weeks. The Campfire Astronaut show fucking went way better than Nashville. From a performance standpoint, still a lot to be desired for me on a I'm super nervous when I get up there kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that affects especially the singing performances. But towards the end, I was fucking having a great time. I just couldn't remember the words.
All that takes is just repetitiveness.
Yeah. And that's I'm kind of hoping at some point, and maybe we could do it on this little thing. If I could do like I even said if we could do like 2 or 3 nights in a row and like get a groove going, that might help things.
Oh yeah.
But
do a matinee.
But yeah, do a matinee. Anyway, if you have questions, concerns, need life advice, send them to 1millionthpod@gmail.com. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD at gmail.com. We don't have anything worth reading this week. But we do have, I did find a funny comment on the YouTubes.
Fun.
About our episode Dude Soup from Sparrow Cat. She said, it's just nice to know that before I get into the comment, it's just nice to know that Andi is inspiring people. Because Sparrow Cat says, I aspire to get as stoned as Andi in this episode every time I toke weed. Andi, your resting stoner smile lights up your half of the Zoom call, and you're an inspiration to me as a woman entering my 30s like a badass.
Yes.
Keep being awesome, Porters. Thanks for all the giggles. So
Thank you so much.
Kind of a counterpoint to mom's, hey, maybe not get high all the time when you're doing the podcast.
Oh, thanks, man.
But as always, if you have questions, concerns, need life advice, send it to 1 millionth pod. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD at gmail.com. Manscaped ad here. What up, talent receivers, port heads, and dumble fucks? Make sure you keep your crotch clean using manscaped.com. Go to their website, use promo code 1 millionth pod. You get 20% off your whole order and free shipping. That's right. Get the lawnmower, get the ball deodorant. I can't tell you enough. Why do I still smell your crotch?
I have to pee so bad. We've been going for 50 minutes.
Okay. I will hit pause while you pee. All right, and we're back.
We're back. I accidentally re-pierced my ear like a week ago.
You accidentally did that?
Yeah. So up here I have 2 holes. You can see there's a lightning bolt and then a moon here.
Mm-hmm.
And the lightning bolt, I was cleaning up my earrings.
Can I start calling you Moon Lightning?
Please.
Okay, great.
I got these pierced when I was like 18, these 2 holes.
Yeah, that's usually when people do dumb shit like that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, still have earrings in them, fucker. So
Come on, we're
ass.
just making the ha-has.
And I got them done at Freaks on Broadway in Westport. So when I was on Ambien in England,
Which is how every story starts.
yeah, when I was on Ambien, the holes had closed up. And when I was on Ambien in England when I was 20, I dreamt that I re-pierced it, and I woke up and there was blood on my pillow. And I was like, huh, that was the last time I did Ambien. Thank you, Mrs. Murphy, our old next door neighbor, for giving me
Mrs. Murphy.
a goodie bag of Xanax and Ambien. So the other day I've always kept that one hole
Mm-hmm.
from England.
Yeah.
And so I was cleaning out my earrings,
You
and I
and me
accidentally,
both.
I wasn't looking, and I accidentally popped it through the top hole,
Yeah, yeah.
and it went right through.
So it was ready.
It was ready. So now I'm keeping it, but it's a little infected, and it hurts.
Well, the Oscars were last night.
Yeah, they were. Loved it. You know what? I'm very happy with everyone who won.
Couldn't care less. Didn't see any of the movies. Sorry,
I almost did a spit take on top of all of my most important stuff.
dude. Ben Gleave invited us to a party, and I was just like, because I'm trying to support my friend when he's sad. And if you've been on his Instagram lately, he's sad.
Yeah, he is sad.
But we landed late, and then I was just like, oh, I never saw any of the movies. I could give a fuck about any of this shit. And so I didn't go. But the people who were nominated got, as a lot of people know, you get a lot of goodie bags, a lot of swag bags. And at the Oscars, since it's the most pinnacle one, the grab bags are
they're very nice. They include like trips.
yes. As a matter of fact, it's worth over 6 figures.
Yeah, they usually are.
Some of the highest ticket items this year.
Tell me.
3 nights for the nominee and up to 7 friends in the newly renovated Faro Punta Imperatore Lighthouse in Ischia, Italy. And after you're done with that, you can spend 3 nights at the Lifestyle, an ultra-modern, ultra-private 10-acre estate in rural Ottawa, Canada. A curated gift set of gourmet hand-harvested dates. Those are nuts. From Batil's Organic Farm.
Dates. You would never eat a date. They're like oversized raisins with a pit.
Yeah. From Saudi Arabia.
Oh, those are delicious.
You get a plot of land in Australia to contribute to conservation and oh, you can't build a house on it or anything.
Yeah, it's for conservation.
You just have to. Okay. So basically, they're just like, you drive by and they're like, oh, this is fucking McConaughey's plot.
Yeah.
He got this
plot.
He got this for the AIDS movie. What was it called? Dallas
Buyers Club.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Brokeback Dallas. What was it called? Anyway, luxury skincare brand Miage's full line. You get a full line of somebody's products.
God, that sounds amazing.
I mean, what are they? They're like fucking. Also, there's a Ford F-150 that we had to put all this shit in.
And you can keep that or take it. You
get a sample of vegan retinol from luxury Canadian skin care brand, which I'm sure it has dead babies in it somehow. Just fucking.
First of all, those
cells.
are just called stem cells.
Yeah.
And they totally work.
I mean, I'm not, dude, fill me up. You know what I'm saying? Don't think I'm anti-stem cell.
Maybe don't put that on a shirt.
Hey, stem cells, fill me up. And
Your
then
new merch.
Additionally, the gift bag includes products by brands that embrace diversity, inclusion, and philanthropy in the beauty and entertainment categories. Yeah. Fucking, that's not a bag. That's fucking, you got a car's worth of shit. And then you also get, then the lower end items, you got Jambies, whatever the fuck those are. Performance and activewear is what the brand is. You get Shinery Radiance jewelry wash. You get a shower head. What the fuck? Oh, you get a fucking mosquito bite kit for when you're at that place in Ottawa. Pop Cups Discovery Kit. You're giving microwave popcorn to the people you gave land in Australia to. What the fuck's happening? They have a popcorn maker.
I mean, it's a lot of bullshit.
So yeah, just even if you lose, you win.
Yeah. Kinda.
Anyway, anything you want to talk about before we go?
Nah.
All right. Well, check out Andy on Twitch at Bovine Joni. That's BOVINEJOANIE.
Subscribe.
And you can find all my dates at chrisportercomedy.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know our Instagrams, you know our Twitters, but you can find the pod at Twitter at the number 1 and the words millionth pod.
And you can find the pod on Instagram at 1 millionth pod. That's all words.
1 million with a TH and a POD. And as always, I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
And this has been the 1 millionth podcast. Fuck you.
Come on back. Automan is so excited.
You come on by the 1 million.